Welcome again, billionaires. I appreciate you all for tuning in to the Pod Bite, number 3 of the Cash Concepts series. Before we start, let's just say that you all have been amazing with sharing your goals and new habits. Keep going. There's something unique that happens when one shows appreciation and gratitude. I mean, you can probably relate with this too. When you do something nice for someone without expecting anything in return, and they show appreciation, it inspires you to do more. Last episode, we touched on ways you can rewire your thoughts to create your reality through vehicles, such as affirmations and vision boards. Have you gotten around to doing any of these techniques? If not, ask yourself why and what's stopping you. Remember, we want to be as proactive as possible to start seeing some changes to receive what we're asking for. What we're going to be discussing today actually falls in line with that. What is the best way to prepare for more blessings in your life? There are several ways to answer that, and I'm going to be sharing these intuitive ways that you can go about prepping your life in order to receive abundance. Let's get into it. Welcome, everyone, to the Billionaire Academy podcast. I'm your host, Billy C. Heir, gracing you with profound insights that may rattle your perceptions of entrepreneurship, finances, and business. I'll be sharing my unique thoughts and peerless perspectives on a number of topics, and together, we'll go on several interesting and exciting journeys that will enable us to uncover the gems in this ever so celebrated practice of creating value, discipline, and building futures. Stay tuned and let's dig into today's content. It's great to have you. Time to inherit your greatness. In today's Pod Bite, we're going to be seeing creative steps anyone can use to clear space for more to come into their life. You have to understand that for new to take place, the old must be up and ousted. You must clear the room in order to restock the room. Don't forget that mentally and emotionally, there's tons of data being downloaded into your mind, just as we discussed in the previous episode. If you haven't listened to Pod Bite 2, make sure to go back and learn about how to recondition your brain considering all the data it consumes daily. With all the data that you consume, you may not feel like there's any space left to welcome new thoughts and new perspectives. Hence, there must be a deep cleanse in order to feel refreshed enough to receive the new. So how do you let go of what's no longer meant for you and make room for what you deserve and desire? Well, first of all, to understand the task ahead, ask yourself, how messy are your spaces right now? There's no correct or incorrect answer, but let's dive in and see how to release the clutter. Did you know that one of the major things that keeps people from moving on is dwelling on past mistakes? Yeah. Okay, pay attention. Let me tell you a secret. Ready? Listen, there is absolutely no one, literally nobody on this earth who hasn't made a mistake. No one. Even the wealthiest people have something they think of and go, ugh, maybe I shouldn't have. So don't forget that you're a human trying to figure out life as much as the next person. So cut yourself some slack and forgive yourself. For all the errors you've made and mistakes you wish you didn't, forgive yourself. Take it as a story you get to tell later in life. No matter how catastrophic you think that mistake is, consider the act of forgiveness as a gift to yourself. Forgiveness can lighten your heart, which in turn lightens your mind and frees you to accept abundance. The thing about life is, nobody has all the answers. You don't know what you don't know, right? Maybe you should have done more research. Maybe you should have asked more questions. Maybe you should have found a reliable expert to guide you. Sometimes you just don't realize the things you should have done until you experience an unfavorable result. We've all been there. Instead of blaming yourself for making the mistake, learn from it. Forgive yourself for being impulsive or uninformed, and make sure you learn from every wrong turn you took. Some of these wrong turns are so glaring that you may never shake the eerie feeling it gives you. For example, have you ever been scammed? That one sticks with you. That sense of cynicism. It is such a bad feeling, but use it as a BS detector moving forward. Other mistakes may not be so serious, but they still hold weight. And for you to rid yourself of that weight, you have to bring them to the surface, face them head on, and tackle them consistently. Write them down. You can use a journal or a digital note, but make sure every feeling is documented. What other negative financial experiences have you had? It is important to take note of all of those as well. Who was involved and how could you avoid the outcome? Could you have even avoided it? Was it beyond your control? How did the ordeal make you feel? What beliefs were created within you as a result? Take note of all of these. As you do this, you might feel some anxiety, guilt, fear, or anger. It's all valid. Bring all those feelings to the surface. Now, the healing's begun. These feelings might also be different from others who have had similar experiences, so don't compare your forgiveness journey with theirs. It's your story. It's your healing process. Let it flow naturally. This isn't you revisiting the trauma. This is you acknowledging it and taking back the power. This is you saying no to feeling stuck and yes to breaking free. You might have been knocked down, but this is you standing up and taking charge of your life and affairs. This is you being intentional about your healing. It can almost feel like a spiritual experience. And some people also say prayers at this juncture as a way of acknowledging the help of a higher authority and letting that authority know that they surrender and believe in the wholesomeness of their healing abilities. If you're a visual person and need something as a marker of progress, you can try the write, release, and burn technique, where you write in your journal or a blank piece of paper about a money mistake that is taking up space in your head. Acknowledging your feelings and just let your pen keep going. Even if you're placing direct blame on someone else, there's no wrong here. Allow yourself to write freely about this mistake and don't edit. Let it go. When you're done writing, take a step back and some deep breaths. You might feel drained or emotional, and that's perfect. That's how you know you've let it all out. What you have done by doing so is put out into the world. All of the emotions that could have come out in a harmful way has now been released in the safest way possible. Now, for the best part of this exercise, find a safe place to burn all of those feelings. If you cannot do that safely, then rip it up and throw it away. This is a fulfilling exercise because you never get the repercussions of having acted on those negative emotions, but you get the release of seeing them go physically. Now that you've let go of emotional and mental baggage, it's also time to declutter in the physical realm. You want your physical space to reverberate your new thought space. You want clean and organized. Prepare your physical space for the new blessings. If you fear you have hoarding tendencies, please seek the help of a mental health professional. Usually, that kind of severe behavior is a sign of something much deeper, and a professional can help you overcome those compulsions. Ask yourself, what's no longer working for me that I can let go of? Clean your wallet and get rid of all those fast food receipts. Declutter your closets and give away clothes and shoes that you don't need. Key word is give. Giving sets you in a mind of abundance, and that's another way to prepare you to receive. Giving also shows appreciation for the things you have. And you want to know something else? When you give to people who lack and see their appreciative expressions, I promise you, you go home feeling richer. Keep in mind that you want to create the mindset of wanting to give things to people, not the feeling of you have to. Lastly, after decluttering your physical space, go ahead and declutter your digital space. It may sound funny, but think about it. You spend most of your time looking at your cell phone and computer. So don't you think that has an effect on how your mind will function in receiving information as well? It definitely does. Consolidate your desktop file. delete applications and pictures on your phone that aren't of use to you anymore. They're literally just dead weight. Eliminate clutter from your digital space serves the same purpose as trashing physical clutter. You won't be distracted by unnecessary files, and searching for what you need will be much easier. You may even improve the speed of your computer by deleting files. If you're still struggling to let go, there are a few other techniques to try out. Research acupuncture, meditation, or even energy healing, whichever technique you deem best. Don't forget that the goal is creating space for your new and desired blessings. You want to get rid of all clogs or blockages, so do what you need to. Take action. Forgive yourself. Acknowledge where you went wrong and learn from those mistakes. Feel free so you can be free. Open your hands to give, and they'll stay open for you to receive. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I appreciate you, and I hope you've been able to pick out actionable knowledge that excitedly makes your life richer. I'm going to be gracing you with more pod bites to unpack more gems, so please keep listening. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing. Also, don't forget to share in the comments what items you plan on giving away or things you do to clear your mind. If you're interested in a free ebook to help you along your journey, go ahead and check out the Heir website and subscribe to our email list. The title of the game is Progress, not Perfection. And the Heir Academy podcast is here to travel with you and on your journey to help you make it more fulfilling. Time to inherit your greatness. Till next time.